All right, welcome to another deep dive. You guys wanted us to take a closer look at Operation Barbarossa.
Barbarossa, yeah.
Yeah, specifically that invasion of the Soviet Union by Nazi Germany in World War II.
Right, right.
We've got
quite the trove of sources for this one.
We do. Excerpts from this document that lays out like the initial plans.
The rationale.
Yeah, the rationale behind it. And then
some statistical data?
Oh, yeah, some pretty hard-hitting statistics in there.
Mm-hmm.
And even some accounts from folks who are right there.
Hot in the thick of it.
Yeah, so okay, so where do we even begin with all this?
Well, I think what's really interesting here is these sources kind of offer a unique perspective on Barbarossa.
Yeah.
You know, they go beyond just the typical historical narrative. They give us like this glimpse into the decisions, the shifting motivations, and ultimately the devastating impact of this whole campaign.
Okay, so to give our listeners some context, this document we have, it's laying out the initial plans and the rationale behind this.
Kind of like on the surface, it seemed like a strategic maneuver from a military standpoint.
Exactly, yeah. It's talking about these goals and justifications and even uses some very specific language.
About the outcomes.
Yeah, about the outcomes they wanted.
To know who they were targeting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
like the document itself is dated December 12th, 1940.
Okay.
And it really tries to present this whole operation
as like a necessary step.
Yeah, as this necessary step for Germany.
Wow.
They use terms like resettlement, reorganization.
Interesting.
But then when we go deeper and start looking at these other sources, we start to see this disconnect.
Oh, really?
Yeah, between that initial framing and how it actually went down.
It's almost like they were trying to sugarcoat things, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment.
To put it.
Yeah.
I mean, December 1940, that's a key point.
Yeah, things start to shift.
Yeah, things start to shift there.
So we move from these
sanitized objectives.
Yeah, these more sanitized objectives to actions.
That raise questions.
Yeah, serious questions about
their real intentions.
Yeah, the true intentions.
And the fallout.
The consequences, yeah.
Yeah.
And you can see this evolution, as we move from late 1939 into 1940 and then early 1941.
Yeah.
It's not just a change in the scale of things.
Right.
The objectives themselves seem to morph over time.
Okay, that's interesting.
What's more, the sources reveal
what's that?
There were conflicting viewpoints, even within the planning.
Oh, wow.
About what they were really trying to do.
Wow.
Like, for example, you have one official expressing concerns about feasibility of resettlement on such a large scale, while another one's advocating for a much more aggressive approach.
Oh, wow.
Focused on eliminating undesirable elements.
So it seems like there's more to this than meets the eye.
Yeah.
It's not just some straightforward
No, not at all.
military thing.
It seems like there were
a lot of underlying currents at play here, political ideologies, power struggles.
Influencing things.
Yeah, definitely influencing the direction of this whole thing.
Wow.
Absolutely.
So the document's trying to
present a unified front.
Yeah, but then the reality is
much more nuanced.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do we make sense of all this?
Well, you start to see how personal ambitions, coupled with the the ideology within the Nazi regime, played a big role.
Oh, okay.
In shaping the direction.
So the ideology and personal ambition really
fueled it. Yeah.
Okay, so let's look at the numbers.
The statistics.
Yeah, because those paint a really
a vivid picture. They do a vivid picture here. So
troop deployments,
equipment, casualties.
Yeah.
The scale of the resources dedicated to this whole thing. It's
pretty astounding.
It's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And when you look at how those resources were allocated, you start to see like a very deliberate strategy there.
Right. And, if we really examine these numbers, we can see that the allocation, it doesn't really align with what the document's saying about resettlement.
That's interesting.
Like, for instance, they invested a lot in offensive weaponry and the buildup of mobile killing units suggests...
It's like they were putting all their eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
And that basket wasn't exactly about peaceful relocation.
Right, exactly.
And then there's The casualties.
Yeah, the disparity between the different groups involved is...
it's telling, isn't it?
Very telling.
Certain groups
were singled out.
Yeah, and suffered far greater losses than others.
Exactly. If you compare the casualty figures of Soviet prisoners of war to German soldiers, the contrast is stark.
Wow.
This disparity, coupled with the systematic targeting of civilians, really forces us to confront the reality here.
What's that?
That it wasn't just a war of conquest,
right?
But
he was driven by something else.
Driven by this ideology of elimination.
So we've got these official documents framing it one way, but the statistics tell a different story.
Yeah, it's a chilling reminder that numbers can reveal what words conceal.
Exactly.
And speaking of truths being concealed, we can't overlook the personal account.
Oh, right, from the people.
From the people who were right there.
Caught in the middle of it.
Yeah, those firsthand perspectives.
What do they show us?
They offer this this raw, unfiltered view of what life was like during Operation Barbarossa, which really contrasts with the
official stuff.
Yeah, with the sanitized language of that document.
Right. So these are voices from the
front lines. Yeah. Soldiers, civilians,
people from all walks of life.
Caught up in this massive
operation. Yeah. And their words give you a sense of
what it was really like.
Yeah, to be there.
To experience the planning, the execution, the fear, the chaos.
I'm like reading those accounts just...
punches a hole right through.
Yeah, it does.
The official narrative.
It really humanizes the whole thing.
Absolutely.
You're not just dealing with dates and figures anymore.
It's real people.
It's real people.
Yeah.
So we have this document that lays out a plan. We have statistics that reveal a different reality.
Yeah.
And then these accounts that just completely...
But rip the veil off.
Yeah. It makes you wonder how they tried to...
control the narrative.
Yeah, control the narrative around this. Did propaganda play a role?
Oh, absolutely. Propaganda was essential to
the Nazi regime.
Yeah, to their whole strategy.
And to Barbarossa.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Right.
What, like language?
Yeah. Carefully crafted language, imagery... narrative.
To justify things.
Yeah, to justify the invasion, to dehumanize their enemies.
So the document, the public statements, they were all part of this
larger effort.
Yeah, to shape the story.
To control the narrative, yeah.
But when you compare that to what we know happened, the discrepancies are...
impossible to ignore.
Yeah.
You can see how the propaganda machine was working overtime to present this as...
it's like a defensive thing.
Yeah, as a defensive measure.
Yeah.
A preemptive strike.
Against
this supposed Soviet threat.
Okay.
And they used...
what kind of stuff?
Oh, newsreels, posters.
Yeah.
Right.
Radio broadcasts.
To demonize...
to demonize the Soviets.
Okay.
Portraying them as subhuman.
Wow.
A threat to Germany.
It's incredible how they manipulated information.
The power of information control.
Yeah, to get what they wanted.
Absolutely.
You can see how they built support for this.
Yeah.
Even though it went way beyond
stated goals.
The initial goals.
Yeah.
And this manipulation, it had a ripple effect, didn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It shaped
historical interpretations.
Right, for years.
For decades, yeah.
Wow. So
it influences how we view this period even today.
It makes you wonder, what would happen if people had...
seen through it.
Yeah, seen through the propaganda.
It's a question.
Yeah.
A thought-provoking one.
It really is.
It highlights how important it is.
To question things.
Yeah, to question narrative.
Especially during
conflicts.
Yeah.
To get a more complete understanding.
So we've covered the initial plans, the evolution of the operation,
right?
The statistics, the human cost.
The propaganda?
The propaganda, wow. This is
a lot to take in.
It is.
Yeah.
What's standing out to you?
Well, for me, it's the realization that this wasn't just some simple military thing. This was complex, a web of political motives, shifting objectives, narratives, and this
ideology that resulted in so much suffering.
So much suffering.
And the document's important.
Yeah, it's a starting point.
But it's only through
these other sources, the statistics, the accounts, understanding the propaganda that we can
really start to
unravel the truth.
Yeah, and it challenges us to
look beyond the surface.
Yeah.
To consider the deeper things.
The more we learn.
Yeah.
The more questions we have.
It seems that way.
But That's what makes history so
captivating.
It is, yes.
The process of discovery.
Reevaluate.
I think we've just scratched the surface.
Yeah, just scratched the surface.
Still so much
to explore.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to the
long-term consequences.
Yeah, the long-term consequences of Barbarossa.
Okay.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
We've uncovered a lot, but there's more to unpack.
Yeah, and
what's really interesting is that the ripples of this, they continue to spread. For years, even decades.
Wow.
Afterwards.
Okay, so let's
trace those ripples.
Yeah, what happened in the
weeks?
Yeah.
The months, the year.
That followed Barbarossa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the irony is...
What's that?
That this operation, which was supposed to bring...
stability.
Order.
Yeah.
Stability.
Yeah.
It had the opposite effect.
Oh, wow.
Instead of the quick victory they wanted,
right, the
German forces got bogged down in a protracted, brutal conflict.
That's ultimately contributed to their downfall.
It's like they underestimated
the Soviets.
Yeah, their resilience.
Their determination
to defend their homeland.
Yeah. The invasion
backfired.
It did. Instead of a quick resolution.
Ignited a firestorm.
Wow. That they just weren't ready for.
They weren't ready for it, no.
So,
the Red Army, though initially caught off guard, they rallied.
Yeah.
And mounted a fierce defense.
Wow.
And they drew the Germans into this...
a war of attrition.
Yeah, a war of attrition. Stretched their resources thin.
Right.
Exposed their
weaknesses.
Yeah, their limitations.
And Soviet people.
Yeah, they didn't exactly welcome the invaders as liberators.
Yeah.
They rose up
in
acts of defiance.
Engaging.
Yeah, partisan warfare.
Wow.
Disrupting things from behind the lines.
So what about the
human cost?
Yeah, the human cost. We've talked numbers.
Right.
But those only tell part of the story. What about the millions who were displaced? Lost their homes, their loved ones.
Who had to flee.
Forced to flee.
Yeah.
Yeah, the forced displacement created massive refugee crises.
Meaning to.
Unimaginable suffering.
Yeah, it's hard to even...
People uprooted, separated from families.
Forced to.
Endure horrific conditions.
Yeah, in camps or...
on the road.
Yeah.
Many died from starvation, disease.
But the trauma must have been...
immeasurable.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking to even think about the scale of it.
Yeah.
Did any of those personal accounts touch on how they coped?
Yeah, how they coped with the aftermath.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are several accounts that give us glimpses into those...
survivors?
Yeah, of the people who survived the initial onslaught.
So, like, what do they say?
Well, one woman describes going back to her village, only to find it in ruins.
Oh, wow.
Her family gone.
And then a former prisoner of war.
Yeah, talks about the years he spent in a labor camp.
Starvation. Yeah, starvation, disease, brutality.
And a lot of them talk about a sense of loss.
Yeah, a profound sense of loss.
Not just
stuff.
Yeah.
But a sense of belonging.
Community.
Yeah.
A shared future.
It's really...
those accounts are...
a testament
to the
resilience.
The resilience of the
human spirit.
Yeah, but also a reminder of the...
of the scars.
The scars.
That the conflict leaves.
Yeah, so the trauma.
Yeah.
Extended far beyond.
The battlefield.
Yeah.
Into every aspect of their life.
And this operation that was supposed to create order led to...
chaos?
Chaos and suffering.
Yeah.
It's a stark reminder about...
the unintended consequences.
Yeah, the unintended consequences of war.
It really highlights the importance of...
thinking long term.
Yeah, considering the long-term implications of these actions. Understanding that
the pursuit of these...
strategic goals.
Yeah, strategic objectives...
often
comes at a tremendous human cost.
And the decision to launch this, driven by...
fanaticism
and a thirst for power.
Yeah.
Unleashed this
chain of events that
had such
a profound impact on millions of people.
We've talked about the impact on the Soviets.
Right.
But what about Germany?
Yeah, how did Barbarossa affect...
the course of the war for them?
Yeah.
Wasn't this kind of a turning point?
Yeah, I mean, it's widely regarded as a strategic blunder.
Oh, wow.
For the Nazis.
Okay.
Their failure to...
Yeah,
to achieve a quick victory.
Okay, in the East?
In the East, coupled with,
the drain on...
yeah, the immense drain.
Resources, manpower.
Yeah, resources and manpower.
Significantly.
Weakened them.
Wow.
It stretched their forces thin, exposed their vulnerabilities when it came to logistics.
And paved the way.
Yeah, paved the way for their defeat.
The Eastern Front became this...
meat grinder.
Yeah, consuming men and material.
Yeah, that could have been used elsewhere.
So this operation backfired.
It did.
It's spectacular.
Yeah.
It's a lesson in hubris.
It is.
Isn't it?
It's a reminder that even the best laid plans
can be
derailed by unforeseen circumstances.
Yeah.
By underestimating your opponent.
Yeah.
By failing to
see.
Yeah. To grasp the human cost of your actions.
Barbarossa serves as this
cautionary tale.
Yeah.
About
the dangers of
fanaticism,
the limits of
military power,
like the consequences of
war.
Yeah, and it reminds us that history is
more than
just dates and battles.
Yeah, it's more than just dates and battles. It's about
tapestry.
Yeah, it's woven from the choices, actions, the experience of countless people.
Yeah,
each with their own stories.
It's a reminder that every decision, every action
has these
ripple effects
that go way beyond
the immediate moment.
Yeah.
And understanding that
is crucial to really understanding
history.
Yeah.
It's incredible how
single event like Barbarossa
can have
far-reaching consequences shaping history.
Leaving an impact on the world.
Yeah.
It's a testament
to what?
To how interconnected everything is. How one decision
can set off this
chain reaction that just reverberates
across time and space.
Yeah, across time and space.
And when you think about the scale of this, the millions of lives, the political and social upheavals,
it's no wonder.
It's
still debated and analyzed.
Yeah, to this day. So we've explored the planning, the execution,
the propaganda,
the human cost,
the devastating human cost.
Yeah.
But as we wrap up, I'm wondering,
what can we learn from all this?
Yeah, what can we learn?
What insights
can we take away
that can help us
navigate the challenges?
Yeah, the challenges of today.
That's the
big question, right?
Yeah, the essential question.
Yeah.
What lessons from the past
can inform our
present.
Our present and future.
Our future.
I think one of the big takeaways is the danger of unchecked ideology.
When beliefs become dogma.
Yeah.
When critical thinking stifled.
Yeah.
Dissenting voices are silenced.
The potential for
catastrophe
increases.
It's like a cautionary tale.
It is.
About
maintaining a healthy skepticism.
Yeah.
Questioning narratives.
Especially those that
promote simple solutions.
Yeah.
Or demonize
of people.
Yeah, entire groups of people.
We saw how they used propaganda to dehumanize the Soviets.
To paint them as enemies deserving of
annihilation.
That
creates a dangerous
climate.
Yeah.
Where violence
becomes justifiable.
Yeah.
And this kind of manipulation, it's not
just in the past.
It's still around today.
It's still happening today.
Yeah, using fear, prejudice, misinformation to
sow division, to advance agenda.
It's more important now than ever.
Yeah.
To be discerning consumers. Yeah, of information.
Yeah. To critically evaluate. Seek out diverse perspectives.
Yeah. We also see how the pursuit of power.
Yeah.
Without
ethics. A sense of shared humanity
can lead to
devastating outcomes. The leaders behind Barbarossa were driven by
conquest.
Yeah, by conquest.
Yeah, belief in their own
superiority. They were willing to sacrifice millions of lives to achieve their goals.
It's a stark reminder.
It is.
That power without
empathy.
Yeah.
Without a commitment to
ethical principles.
Yeah, to ethics.
It's dangerous.
It's dangerous.
It highlights how important it is to hold
leaders accountable.
Yeah.
To demand transparency.
And humane treatment.
Yeah, humane treatment.
Of everyone.
Of all people.
And maybe most importantly.
Yeah.
Barbarossa shows us the human capacity.
For resilience and hope.
Even in the face of
unimaginable suffering.
Yeah.
We've seen how individuals found
ways to resist.
Yeah.
To rebuild.
To keep that flame of hope burning.
Yeah.
Even in the darkest times.
Those stories of resilience.
Yeah, they're powerful.
They're
an antidote.
To despair.
Yeah, to despair.
Yeah.
A reminder that even in the face of
challenges,
the
human spirit can even thrive. It's a testament to compassion, empathy,
and the belief
in a better future.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, we're left with
a mix of emotions.
Yeah.
Sorrow for the suffering, anger at the injustices,
and
a renewed appreciation.
Yeah, for peace.
For peace and human dignity.
And you, our listener.
Yeah, what are your takeaways?
Yeah, what are your takeaways?
What resonates with you?
The questions are still...
what questions are still lingering?
We encourage you to keep exploring.
Yeah, to delve deeper.
Into the sources. And to seek out
additional perspectives. Yeah. Because history is not...
static.
Yeah, it's not static. It's a conversation.
Yeah, an ongoing conversation.
And your voice is a vital part of that dialogue.
Yeah, absolutely.
History isn't just a collection of dates and battles.
Right.
It's a tapestry woven from the lives and experiences.
And the real people.
The real people, yeah.
And by understanding their stories, by grappling with the complexities of the past,
right,
we can gain valuable insights.
Yeah, insights that can help us navigate the challenges.
Yeah, the challenges of our own time.
Absolutely.
And build a more just...
and compassionate future.
Yeah, and compassionate future.
So keep exploring.
Keep questioning.
Keep questioning and keep those aha moments coming.
Yeah, those aha moments.
Exactly. It's a conversation.
Yeah, an ongoing conversation.
And your voice is a vital part of that dialogue.
It really is.
History isn't just a collection of dates and battles.
Right.
It's a tapestry woven from the lives and experiences.
Of real people.
Yeah.
And by understanding their stories, by grappling with the complexities of the past,
right,
we can gain valuable insights.
Yeah, insights that can help us navigate the challenges.
Yeah, the challenges of our own time.
Our own time, absolutely.
Build a more just...
and compassionate future.
Yeah, and compassionate future.
So keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep those aha moments coming.
Yeah, those aha moments.
Exactly.
Well, that about wraps it up for our deep dive into Operation Barbarossa.
Yeah.
A lot to think about.
Definitely a lot to unpack.
Yeah, and hopefully you guys found it as thought-provoking as we did.
It's one of those events that just...
stays with you.
Yeah, stays with you.
We want to thank you for joining us on this deep dive.
We appreciate you being here.
Yeah, and we encourage you to, keep digging.
Keep researching.
Keep learning.
And most importantly...
keep those questions coming.
Absolutely.
Until next time.
See you then.